It has been 12 months since these sets have retired, so let's talk about it. G'day everyone and welcome back to the new year. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and a happy new year, but let's get straight back into it with the first video of the year. And in this video we are going to be talking about a few sets that have been retired for 12 months. So these are the ones that did retire at the end of 2021 and have had 12 months to go up in value, and we're just going to do a bit of an update, see how they have performed in the last 12 months. These are sets that I have picked up personally as well, a little bit over 12 months ago, so we're just going to see how they are performing. Now obviously my goal is to aim for about 12 to 18 months to hold on to a set before selling it, and hopefully aiming for that 80% return on investment after 12 to 18 months. But let's see how we go. And the first set we're going to be looking at is the Pirates of Barracuda Bay. It is a Lego Ideas set, and it is set number 21322. As you can see here, 2,545 pieces, and it does have 8 minifigures. You can kind of say 10 because it does have 2 skeletons in there as well. But we're going to just go have a look at bit of how much this set did retail for, how much it's worth, why do we reckon it's gone up in value, and the return on investment and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go over to Brickset, and we can see that this set did release in April of 2020, and as I said, did retire at the end of December of 2021. So pretty much a little bit over a year and a half this set was out for. So about, you could say maybe like 16-17 months, give or take. Some obviously countries that may have retired a little bit earlier, some retired a little bit later, but around that little bit over a year and a half it was out for. Now if we go and have a look at Bricklink, we do see that it does have 10 minifigs, and these are the 2 here that the Lego site didn't list, but I'm not going to go and look at individually because I have already written down the prices. But the most expensive minifigure in this set at the moment is this top one here, Captain Redbeard, and as we can see he does have an average selling price of about $9.40, and the rest of the figures combined do come to a total of $50.66. So much the figures are roughly worth new from this set. Now obviously the minifigures aren't a big driver for this set. When Lego investing, that is one key area we do want to look at, is the minifigures, because sometimes it can be a major factor into why a set does perform well, and sometimes it's just not really. So in this case, not really a major factor. But this set in Australia did retail for $300. In the US it was $200, and in the UK it was £180. So we're going to now compare the Bricklink prices to what they are currently worth now. So the average last 6 months sales, we can see there is an average sell price of about $426. Now I'm not going to have a look at January because we've just entered January and these numbers will change, but if we go down we can see that in December it was an average of about $429, November $448 as you can see there, and in October about $433. So we can still kind of keep around that $426, $430 mark is kind of what it is selling for at the moment on Bricklink. And after we do take out Bricklink fees and the PayPal fees, if you were to sell it on Bricklink, you're looking at about a $404 money in your pocket, which will come to 34.67% ROI, return on investment, if you did pay retail for it and you did sell it on Bricklink at these numbers. Now obviously you can get more for it, you could get less for it, it just depends on when and where you do sell and who you do sell it to. But the average numbers at the moment here, according to the data here in Australia, is you're looking at about a 34% return on investment. That's Bricklink numbers. And if we go and have a gaze at eBay here in Australia, this tells a little bit of a different story. Sometimes eBay and Bricklink can be around similar, and sometimes they can be vastly different. Now we can see that on eBay I have filtered this to Australia only and just sold items only, so we can see that we do have one here for $385 free postage, $420, $375, pretty much $400, $385 plus a little bit of postage, pretty much $400. This one was an auction. Never auction your sets on eBay because they will sell for a lot less than what you could get them at a buy it now price. There's another tip. $430, there's one for $500. See, another bidding one which come below that $400 mark, $370 plus that. So there is, and again, just to further prove my point, another auction one sold for a lot lower than that. So they're kind of selling around $400-ish free postage, some a little bit more. So we can say maybe about $390, $400 they're selling for. Now after we take out eBay fees for this, you're looking at about a $336 around that mark, which means you'd probably get around return on investment wise on eBay here in Australia 12%. So there is a vast difference between eBay at 12% return on investment and Bricklink at 34.67%. Now obviously you could sell it on like Facebook Marketplace and get more money, Gumtree and get more money. If you are going to do that, that's the way I prefer to sell sets, because obviously there is no fees. Obviously if you can hopefully sell it for around that $430 on Facebook, you're going to get a little bit more, probably towards that 40% return on investment, and that is about after 12 months. Now, do I think this set is going to do more well in the next 6 to 12 months? Absolutely. It already has had about the 30 to 40% growth in the last 12 months. It is a great looking set. It was only out for about a year and a half, and I do plan to hold on to my Barracuda Bays for a little bit longer, and probably aim to sell them around mid-year to end year of this year, and hopefully get around that 80% return on investment. But that was the first set we looked at. The next one we're going to be looking at is the Gingerbread House. This is set number 10267, 1,477 pieces, and it does have 2 minifigures. Australia retailed for $160. The US was $100 and the UK was £85. Go have a quick look at Brickset, and we can see that it was released in October of 2019 and did retire the same as at the end of December 2021. So pretty much had about a 2-year shelf life, maybe kind of around that 22 months, but around that 2-year shelf life, which is definitely average and the normal for these Winter Village sets. Now, as I said, there was 2 minifigures. There was the Gingerbread Man. He is an exclusive, and he's worth around $9.50. And the Gingerbread Woman is about the same, I believe, $9.72. And again, it is an exclusive. So that brings it to the minifigs at just around that $20 mark, a little bit less than $20. So like the Barracuda Bay, the minifigures aren't having a big impact on the increase in value on the Gingerbread House. Not always the way, as I said, can be sometimes, but it had about 2-year shelf life, 2 exclusive minifigures, and as we can see now, the last 6 months sales here on Bricklink are averaging around $193. Again, we're not going to look at January because they've only just started, but in December, we can see that it was averaging around 202 pretty much. In November, we're looking at about 196, and in October around $199. So pretty much around that $200 mark in the last 3 months, because these sets, remember that they have only been retired for 12 months. So have a look at the last 6 months and compare it to the last 3 months, because sometimes there may be a little bit of a spike. So comparing 193 last 6 months, and as we just said, last 3 months has been about $200. So after Bricklink fees and the PayPal fees on here, after that you're looking at about $188, give or take, which is around 17.5% return on investment if you sold it around this price on Bricklink, and you did pay for it at retail price. And if we go and we compare this to eBay, we're going to get a little bit of an opposite effect to what we've seen with Barracuda Bay. So we've got $230, $226, $230, $230. This one sold for $500, $250. Scroll down, $200, $240. So they're selling a little bit more. They're selling for kind of an average around that $240 mark. And if we take out fees and postage from eBay, you're looking at about $200, which is 25% return on investment. It's not a big difference to Bricklink, but yeah, at the moment, if you are looking to sell online, obviously here in Australia, you're going to get more for an eBay than you were going to sell it on Bricklink. So not the best return on investment for the Gingerbread House, probably around that 25%, hopefully more if you did sell it on another place like Facebook Marketplace, for example, and just got cash for it. But it is what it is, so around 25%. Do I think this one is going to perform better? Maybe come towards next year, we're in the new year, Christmas, the end of this year. I don't think it's going to hit the double mark, just that. The Winter Village sets, they're pretty consistent with their values. They don't do overly well. You're usually probably going to get around that 50 to 80% return on investment unless you get a really good one. I thought the Gingerbread House was a bit of a standout set. I did get a couple of them, but obviously they're not performing that well. But we'll see what happens towards the end of the year, and that's when I'll probably be offloading mine and hopefully get at least 50% return on investment come the end of this year. And the last set we're going to be having a look at is the Hogwarts Moment Herbology Class. This was the only one that did retire at the end of 2021. The rest have just retired in the last couple of weeks, and maybe you still be able to see them on shelves, but they will be gone in the next couple of weeks. because they are replacing them with the new ones that they have just released. But back on this one, Herbology Class, set number 76384, 233 pieces, 3 minifigures. We're going to go have a look at brick set, and we can see that this set was released in January of 2021 and retired at the end of 2021. So pretty much a 12-month shelf life this set did have. And if we go to Bricklink, have a gaze at the minifigures. There's not too many to that do jump out. The main one is probably Professor Sprout, because there is only, I think, 3 Professor Sprout figs ever made, and this one, as you can see, she's worth $6.05, and the other figs combined aren't worth too much. I've got it written down here, and they come to a value of $15.15, and they are all exclusive. Along with that, we're going to have a look at the value of the Herbology Class. Also, this set did retail in Australia for $40, the US was $30, and the UK was £28. So we can see that on Bricklink, last 6 months, $63. January, we can see it's already selling for $69, but we'll have a look at that more towards the end of January. December, $68. November 67 and October 59, so there has definitely been a spike in the last couple of months for Herbology Class, so you could probably say around that $69 for the last couple of months. So if we do go off of that number, we're looking at after fees around $64, which means the return on investment for this one, if you did buy at retail, is going to come to around 60% in 12 months. So very, very good, and that's if you did pay retail for it. I've got a couple of these for $17, so the retail, the return on investment for me is looking very good on these ones, and let's just hope it does continue to grow in value. Fingers crossed for that. And eBay does tell a bit of a different story, so you can see a few of these values, including 94. This has also got plus postage in it as well, so 90, 103, 93 plus postage, 85, 85, 75, 120. I've taken an average of all these ones, and it comes to about 110 including postage. So after fees, if you sold it on eBay and after postage cost, you're looking at about kind of around $90, which means you've got about 125% return on investment if you sold it on eBay, so more than double compared to eBay to Bricklink. So as you can see, it's always good to compare both Bricklink, eBay, and other sources of where these sets are sold, including Amazon. It's not overly too big here in Australia yet, has been introduced for a couple of years, but I know in America it's massive, so that would be obviously another place where you would compare prices to. But compare the prices to where they are all selling, and try and have a look at which one is best for you to sell to make more money. But those are the 3, and obviously Herbology is definitely one of the best picks of 2021 for investment purposes if you did buy it. So it's looking pretty for me. I'm happy with that pick, and also because of that 12-month shelf life, that's why it is having a better time than the rest, because it was the only one that retired as well. But those 3 that we did look at today, as I said, was Pirates of Barracuda Bay, which is sitting around 34 to 40% return on investment, just looking at the numbers from today. Again, it could be more, it could be less, depending on when and where you do sell it. The next one was the Gingerbread House, which isn't that great, around 25% return on investment. And obviously Herbology Class, which is over 100% return on investment, which is definitely the pick of the bunch in this video. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts down below if you would like to see another video like this, where I go over another 3 sets that have retired and have been retired for the last 12 months, and we review it and we see which ones were the pick of the bunch. And at the end of it, I will do kind of a top 5, top 10 investments from 2021 and how they have performed, and we'll go over that together. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.